Ah, Commander. A little bird told me you and your friends went on a pilgrimage to the mists. I am pleased and a little surprised to see that you survived the journey. What can I do for you?
We're combing the desert in search of something.
You're in luck. I have loads of something. You're welcome to peruse it at your leisure. This is the part where you clarify your statement and tell me what you're actually looking for.
What do you know about the Riverlands? Are there any peculiarities I should know about?
Well, there's a lot of history in those parts. Kind of history that attracts treasure hunters. Occasionally, one would pass through the Grand Sahil on their way south. Eyes alight with visions of gold and glory.
Did they find anything?
Don't know, I'm afraid. But I know someone who might. A Derman Priory scholar stationed out that way. Name of Gluck. If anybody can point you in the right direction, it'd be him. Good luck.
You might want to reconsider heading south from here. Nothing but trouble that way.
All right. Now where do I start? Maybe a scout can point me in the right direction.
The followers of Ascension are constantly seeking different methods to reach Ascension. Follower Zune and his golem collect forgotten glyphs in hopes of decoding their secrets. Follower Dawn Wind fights to clear Augury Rock of the Branded in an effort to further her legend. And follower Adisa searches for slivers of Blast for follower Lucius Anvilblade to weaponize. At Augury's Shadow are several other Tyrians who have come to seek Ascension. West of there is the first camp, where you'll find followers that were here before the Tyrians arrived. Far to the south are refugees from Joko's kingdom. They may know of other places of power. You, a quick word before you proceed. This is no place for you to prepare. The dunes of Skyward Reach surround...
Aren't you the Pact Commander? It's a pleasure to meet you. The name's Soon. Big fan of your work. Something I can help you with?
I'm looking for an associate of yours named Glock. I'm told he has some information I need.
Oh, no. Is he missing again? Again? I don't think I've ever met a more distractible Asura. Here, I'll mark them on your map. Hope that gets you where you need to go. And again, big fan. Don't die out there in the wastes.
I'm looking for a Priory scholar named Glock. I'm told he knows a great deal about the region. Know where I can find him?
Glock's hyper-intelligent, but absent-minded. Tends to lose himself in his work. And there's plenty to do around here. Let me see your map, and I'll point you to him. And do be safe out there.
I'm scouring the Riverlands for something. A place of special significance, possibly related to Vlast. Any ideas?
Sorry. I just arrived, so I have no idea what you're talking about. But it does sound interesting. Good luck.
Don't you dare sneak up on me like that! You can get yourself killed doing that in a place like this. I'm far more dangerous than I look, you know. I'm sorry. This place has me a bit on edge.
I'll wear a bell next time. You're with the Priory, aren't you? I need information.
Concerning...
I'm searching the desert for something.
I need more?
A place of special significance. Possibly related to the Dragon Vlast.
You're not working with much, are you? These lands are rich with history, so that could be any number of... Wait, Vlast, you said?
Yes. Anything come to mind?
Well, since my arrival, I've heard mention here and there of an ancient lost city somewhere in the Riverlands. A hub of forgotten activity, where it was before the fall, anyway. Supposedly, Vlast was born there. If you're looking for... how'd you put it? A place of special significance? The lost city certainly fits the bill.
Sounds like you know a lot about it. Any idea where I can find it?
No idea. Hence, heard mention here and there. All I've gathered on the topic is rumor and conjecture.
A lost city. That must be what we're looking for. I'd better check with the locals. Excuse me, I have another question for you. Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
A lost city? Can't help you. But if you find it and dangerous things live there, let me know, and I'll come running.
Located somewhere in the river.
Okay. Lost city. Nothing comes to mind immediately, but I'm hardly an expert. You should ask Nyala. She's in the tent just over there, tending to the children.
Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
The only lost city I know of is where Vlast was born. The Forgotten City. According to legend, it was reclaimed by the desert.
Any idea where it's supposed to be?
Not specifically, but I ran into a couple of treasure hunters looking for it not too long ago.
Okay, Nala. You're the doctor.
Retreat!
We're here to defeat you.
Prepare yourself. Any skills you can do, I can do too.
I'm gonna give you necromancer skills.
I am Aiden the Ranger. Where are you into my trap? Barb trap, flame trap, spike trap. Ha!
necro skills, Anaya? Duplicate.
Blood?
Greetings, Wayfarer. Have you come to join us in the search for Ascension?
Maybe later. For now, I need information. Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
What about the Forgotten City? The Forgotten were really interesting. They took care of Last since he was born.
Sounds like you know a lot about it. Any idea where I can find it?
What about the river folk? Suppose they might know?
Oh, yeah! Go ask the river folk.
You'll find them south of here, settled along the riverbank. They'll know more about the story.
New arrival. Come to help the followers of Ascension? We could use a pair of hands like yours.
Maybe later. For now, I need information. Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
Lost City? I could swear I heard something about that from the locals. Apparently it was where Vlast was born. That's the long and short of it, though. Follower Disa may know more.
Reports of creatures driven insane by ley energy are coming from all over. Where the hell?
Excuse me, I have another question for you. Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
There are all kinds of curiosities in this region. Lost City? Sure, why not? It wouldn't surprise me anyway. But beyond that, no, nothing specific.
Excuse me.
Ask around Augury's Shadow.
Moment. Excuse me.
You there?
Have a
you don't
moment.
look busy. I require your assistance.
Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
A lost city? Huh. I've heard of one here and there, mostly by way of raving treasure hunters passing through.
Any idea where it's supposed to be?
Not exactly. But supposedly there's a sprawling ruin buried in the desert. Many have come looking, but as far as I know, nobody's actually found it.
I appreciate the insight. Be well.
Matriarch Talonslayer is rampaging across the Elon Mesas. Who's up for some harpy hunting?
On endurance. Retreat!
Excuse me. Do you have business with Elder Muriel?
I'm searching the Riverlands for something important. I've been canvassing the area in search of information.
She does love visitors, but you should know something. Muriel's very old, and her answers are not always clear. Please be patient with her. And try to speak up. Her hearing isn't what it used to be.
Retreat! Refreshing. That feels good.
Something you need, Wayfarer?
Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
Only in stories. Supposedly it was where Vlast was born, but it's long gone now.
What happened to the city?
Joko happened. When he redirected the river to lay claim to this region, he ravaged the entire desert. Those stretches of quicksand are his doing, as was the sinking of the city. According to legend, I mean.
Ah, and who are you? I don't know your face, but I like it.
Oh, thanks. I'm sorry to disturb you, but I was hoping I could ask you a question. Do you know anything about a lost city located somewhere in the Riverlands?
A city swallowed whole by the desert itself. Kesho, yes.
Kesho? Is that the name of the city?
City? No, a nursery, where the forgotten toiled, where Vlast's eyes first opened, where Glint gave us her legacy.
I need to find Kesho, Elder Muriel. Can you tell me where it is?
A terrible journey across terrible lands, beyond the sinking dunes.
I see. Thank you. Kesho, Vlast's birthplace. Now I just have to find it. Excuse me, I have another question for you. I'm searching for a lost city called Kesho. What do you know about it?
Ah, Kesho. That's the name of the place. The lost city where Vlast is from. I knew I'd heard that somewhere before. But that's about all I know. Check in with follower Adisa.
Excuse me, I have another question for you. I'm searching for a lost city called Kesho. What do you know about it?
Kesho. Oh, Kesho. Yeah, that's the place.
Go on.
These treasure hunters I ran into not long ago, they were looking for a lost city. I'd forgotten the name until you said it. It was definitely Kesho.
Did they find it? Where were they headed?
Toward the wastes. They needed a way to get past all the quicksand. I suggested they hit up the skimmer camp. No idea what happened to them or if they ever found it. I never saw them again.
We're gonna get those skimmers back to their pens. Hey, if you can get close to one of those runaway skimmers, please try to catch it.
I'm searching for a lost city called Kesho. What do you know about it?
Kesho? It's been a while since anybody's asked me about Kesho. How'd you come across that name?
With great difficulty, I promise you. What can you tell me about it?
You're different from the others. Maybe you are after something more than riches and glory. If Kesho truly exists, you'll find it to the northwest of here, where it was claimed by the desert. The area is rife with quicksand, however. Wouldn't venture that way without a skimmer.
A skimmer?
A creature much better suited for life in the desert than we.
Thanks. Those rations will hit the spot.
Yeah!
Nice and slow. Nice and slow.
Go!
Hey, thanks. You've done a real kindness here. Just in time. I'm so hungry I could eat a choya.
I was famished. Thanks for the help. I was famished. Thanks for the help.
Just in time. I'm so hungry I could eat a choya.
When we get moving again, how can we avoid the Forged?
We'll have to head east.
I'm searching for
Hopefully
a lost city
we're far enough
called
north to avoid
Kesho.
the Awakened.
But at least the full Kesho. Where have I heard that name before?
Whatever happened to that adventurer we ran into last year? Wasn't he looking for some kind of lost city?
Oh, that's right. That was the fellow. He swore up and down he'd found a legendary lost city. And he asked us to join his search for a cut of the treasure.
What happened to him? Where did he go?
See the fissure to the north? He ventured into the caves beneath it, and that was the last we saw of him.
Did anyone go with him?
With so many branded in the area? We know better than that.
Shame the adventurer didn't.
Forgotten statues. And they seem to be guarding that pit. Could this be the place? Hello?
Hello? Commander, are you talking to me? Your signal's really strong. How'd you do that?
I jumped into a deep pit.
Good job! Wherever you are must be on a ley line nexus.
Listen, I found something. A lost city called Kesho. It's buried, so I could use your help finding my way around.
Buried city? Really? Oh, crud, I wish I was there. Describe what you see. Everything, in detail.
There's sand drifts and debris everywhere. And pedestals like the ones in Tarir, with exalted sentries floating on them. Something about this Exalted. It's moving, so it's alive, but it's not responding to my presence.
Wait, not responding? Poke it with something. No, wait. Don't. That's poor research etiquette. Well, maybe just a light poke? Ugh! I want to be there!
Here's something that could be a console, but it looks dead.
Huh. Probably needs a power source. Look around for a crystal or anything bright and shiny.
I know the Exalted in Tarir use these pedestals to sleep and recharge. But this is different. This is more like living death. And they have this red glow.
You're glowy red Exalted? Ugh! I want you...
Found a glowing crystal. And a dead body.
Ugh, hope the crystal's not what killed the body. Only one way to find out. Pick it up.
Okay, the power's on.
What was that noise?
A door just opened. There's another Exalted inside. Not red like the others. Looks dormant, but maybe I can wake it.
Well, carry on then. You know what you're doing.
No! Did Balthazar send you a Joko? I will defend this sacred ground with my life!
Wait, I'm a friend.
We don't like Balthazar either. The commander's on a mission to stop him. Blast is the only clue we've got.
What have you done? The pedestals are reviving the Forged!
The glowy red ones are forged? Good thing you didn't poke them.
You claim to owe Balthazar no allegiance. Prove yourself. Destroy his creations.
Balthazar's the reason I'm here. He's working to kill Kralkatorrik, and we're trying to stop him.
I wish you'd come sooner. Balthazar was here recently with that wretched lich Joko.
Apparently, I'm the chosen champion and protector of Glint's second scion, Aurene.
If you've been entrusted with the role of the Scion's protector, then it would be my honor to assist you. I am Sadizi. Welcome to Kesho. What you see is what's left of the Forgotten's first attempt to pacify the Elder Dragons. It failed. This site was abandoned, but a few of us remained as its caretakers.
Why were Balthazar and Joko here?
They came seeking the forgotten magics that imbue battle armor with living spirits, the same that created the Exalted. They quickly discovered they could use those magics to create these abominations, the horrors they call Forged. The Red Exalted you fought were the results of their early experiments on us, left behind as mindless sentries. In the chaos, I sealed myself in that chamber to avoid the fate of the others.
That was smart. Now you can help us make sure Balthazar doesn't succeed.
Balthazar thought he destroyed the information you seek, but the sentries he left behind were actually protecting it.
What do you mean?
The pedestals!
Your invisible friend is correct. I can reveal the secrets contained in any pedestal you choose.
Glint was the key. She was perfect for our purposes. A scion of an elder dragon, and a crystal dragon herself, with a mind of her own. We did our work well. Glint actively rejected Kralkatorrik, and she brought forth more scions to join our cause.
That was Josso Escher, one of the Legacy's main architects. Sadly, he was lost in the attempt to convert Kralkatorrik.
Wait, convert Kralkatorrik?
Yes. The Forgotten dared to try, but the hunger of Elder Dragons is too strong. It proved a tragic failure. More of your questions can be answered by consulting the other pedestals.
most important lesson an Exalted must learn is, though Elder Dragons are unimaginably powerful, they can be killed. Each has a distinct flaw. Mordramoth, for example, dominates thought. But its most powerful asset, its mind, is also its greatest liability. Krauka-Torik's unique strength, its power to crystallize objects, is also its singular weakness. Its creations share a fundamental resonance that connects them back to the Crystal Dragon and makes them vulnerable to each other.
A fundamental resonance that makes them vulnerable. Whoa, so that's why Balthazar was after Vlast. He needed a scion of Glint to kill Krauka-Torik. But Vlast's gone now, so that means... Wait, there's one thing I don't understand. If Glint and the Forgotten knew what killing an Elder Dragon would do to Tyria, why would they rear Vlast and Aurene?
The answer is locked behind that door. If you're done with the pedestals, we can proceed.
Retreat!
Kesho is supposed to be my home, but it's more of a cage or a tomb. I prefer the open sky. I feel trapped here. This place reminds me that I cannot act, no matter how eager I am. Not until the full legacy is ready.
That's Vlast.
We encouraged him to record his thoughts for reference and posterity. He didn't contribute often, and was never glad to do it.
I believe it. He sounds super frustrated and restless. Like a genius progeny suffering through Intro to Golomancy.
Retreat!
I can't stand it any longer. The constant talk of duty and destiny, the forced reverence. It disgusts me, enrages me. My Exalted attendants are durable, but still mortal, insignificant. They quake with fear at the slightest angry hiss. I have a job to do, and the power to do it. They can't help me. Why do they pretend they can?
Sadly, Vlast matured in isolation. We didn't know how to socialize him properly until it was too late. By the time we realized Vlast needed to bond with mortal races as Glint had, he no longer could, nor cared to.
Sadizi and the others tell me I must wait. That before the real work begins, the whole legacy must ripen and mature. I am ready now. Krauka-Torik continues to grow in power, and my mother's death stands unavenged. But I am my mother's son. I will wait. I will serve the glorious purpose she and the Forgotten set for me. Though the snakes and their golden servants speak as though it is their purpose, and Glint merely lent it her name. So in her name, I will act. Until the full legacy is ready, I will contain Krauka-Torik and cull its branded horde. Intruder!
Isn't responding. It must have been damaged during Joko and Balthazar's attack.
You're in luck because the commander is good at smashing things.
What's this?
Step inside. The millennia-long Elder Dragon cycle is one of feast and famine. Ravenous they rise, sated they sleep. Glint and the Forgotten set out to break this cycle of extremes and to restore true balance. But when two Elder Dragons were unexpectedly eliminated from the cycle at one time, we believe it created a void. A void that caused the system to break down and the collapse to begin. The hope was that Glint's legacy would stabilize the cycle. We theorize these vacancies must be filled with entities that circulate and share magic rather than hoard it. Only then will the balance of magic truly become stable. Only then will Glint's legacy achieve its ultimate purpose.
The scions of Glint are more important than we thought. Balthazar only sees them as a means to gaining power. But they could be instrumental in restoring the natural balance.
If you are, in fact, the true protector of Glint's legacy, then it's up to you to stop Balthazar from taking her. But know that he will let nothing deter him from his goal of killing the Crystal Dragon.
Taimi, get a message to Ritlock, Canuck, and Casimir. There's a spire south of the skimmer camp, tall enough for Keel's airship to moor. Tell them to meet me there.
Commander, you must leave, now. I can feel the Forged approaching. If you are able to find Kesho, then I failed to adequately conceal the entrance. I must close the entrance forever. This portal will allow you to return safely to the surface.
But what about you?
I will keep my pledge to protect this sacred place with my life. I am at peace. Farewell, Commander.